The deeds of deep impact as a stallion in Japan and here in Australia are well known, but perhaps the greatest feather in the cap of the late sire was to father the winner of England's breed-shaping 2000 Guineas. That horse, Saxon Warrior, is now meeting his first mares at Coolmore's base in the Hunter Valley. Saxon Warrior, of course, the son of the late great Deep Impact, and it's a credit to that great Japanese sire, the amount of fabulous mares from around the world that went to him, and this is the result of that, with some of the best pedigrees that Coolmore have developed over generations.
Well, first of all, Deep Impact is an incredible stallion, one of the greatest stallions we've seen in the modern era. Champion stallion in Japan every year since 2012. And he covers some of the best mares from all over the world, including the Dam of Winks. Saxon Warrior himself comes from one of Coolmore's great families, a son of maybe a Group 1 winning champion 2-year-old by Galileo, who won 5 races at 2. So it's combining that Danehill, Galileo and Deep Impact blood, which is an incredible mix, especially for the Australian broodmare population.
Saxon Warrior over on the far side.
Well, he won his first 4 starts, including the Beresford Stakes, a Group 2, and the Racing Post Trophy at Doncaster. This is a 2-year-old race where these horses that go on as 3-year-olds become the world-leading sires, such as High Chaparral. I mean, it is a great race for a 2-year-old colt to win.
He was always thought to be one of the classiest individuals in Ballydoyle, and that was evidenced by the fact when he came out and won his maiden by 3.5 lengths over a mile. He then went to the Beresford at his second start and won incredibly impressively by 2.5 lengths. He maintained his unbeaten record as a 2-year-old by beating Roaring Lion, a 4-time Group 1 winner in the Racing Post Trophy over a mile, a race that has produced stallions such as High Chaparral, who's had such a great influence here in Australia, and set himself up to be one of the most exciting horses going forward into next year's 3-year-old season.
Heading up towards the line now, it's Saxon Warrior in front.
And the English 2000 Guineas, we know obviously it is the mile championship, the classic for the 3-year-olds, and again he beat the champion Roaring Lion and also the subsequent Epsom Derby winner Massa, and it was just a comprehensive victory.
The 2000 Guineas is one of the time-honoured races in Europe. It's been won by some of the greats, including Frankel, See the Stars, Kingman, Glen Eagles, Churchill and so on, beating horses, as you say, such as Roaring Lion and Massa, who went on to win the Epsom Derby, but also Expert Eye, who went on to the Breeders' Cup and won the mile there. So it was a very good field, and he won incredibly impressively. In fact, he won the 2000 Guineas in a faster time than Frankel, See the Stars, Glen Eagles and Churchill. So to win his second Group 1 at just his 4th start and remain unbeaten at a mile, he confirms himself as a horse of incredibly rare ability.
And given that we've seen so many, mares from Australia that have gone to Deep Impact, like the real superstar mares, what's been the reaction to mare owners, more across the board, I guess, to the arrival of Saxon Warrior?
Well, Deep Impact takes no explaining. He's had less than 15 runners here in Australia for 2 Group 1 winners already. A lot of our elite broodmares, as you say, have gone to Deep Impact as an unbeaten Group 1 winning 2-year-old and Guineas winning 3-year-old. From an incredibly fast family with a great pedigree as he does. Saxon Warrior is the ideal son of Deep Impact for Australian conditions, and as such he's been incredibly well supported by breeders, especially now that they've come and seen him here in his new environment.
And as such a highly rated 2-year-old, I guess what you see in his physique is exactly what you would expect.
He's incredibly athletic, very strong, a very good mover with a great head. He was rated 120p as a 2-year-old, so he was an elite 2-year-old, and you can see that in his physical appearance. He's got great strength. He's been a real talking horse with breeders that have come to see him since he's been here on the farm. He's got immense quality, he's a good mover, he's got a good deep girth and a good shoulder, and he's just a very impressive individual.
It's such a competitive environment, isn't it? If you had a mare, what would you say to a mare owner to say, this is the horse for your mare?
Well, Saxon Warrior combines the 2 greatest outcross sire lines that aren't readily available to Australian breeders, being Deep Impact and Galileo. And to put it into an Australian perspective, he's won the equivalent of our JJ Atkins as a 2-year-old and then trained on to win our equivalent of the Caulfield Guineas. Now, if a horse with that pedigree and those looks did that in Australia, he certainly wouldn't be standing for $22,500. So we think with a combination of all those factors, he offers incredible value to Australian breeders, and we're just lucky to have him.